Is SEO a scam? That's the opinion that a lot of people seem to be having nowadays. Over the 15 years that I've been doing this, I've had a lot of conversations in terms of whether it's a scam or not. A lot more so in the last 5 years than say like 10 years ago. The short answer is that SEO is not a scam. There's three main reasons in terms of why it kind of seems like a scam, might appear to be a scam. Obviously there's going to be some people that are out there that are con artists, people that are out there that are going to try and tell you whatever they want you to hear, and then they're going to just take your money. Unfortunately, there's not too much you can do about that. It kind of happens in all walks of life, unfortunately. Retail business even calls it shrinkage. It's people that are going to be out there to steal and take your money. So unfortunately, you're going to have a few people out there that are like that. But there's three other main reasons in terms of why SEO fails and why it can kind of seem like a scam sometimes. First reason is the industry is brand new. Not enough people out there know how to do it. This industry has been around for maybe 15, 16 years. I got started in the industry just as it was really starting out. And unfortunately, with other industries that have been around, some for centuries, been around for a really long time. A lot of industries have been around for at least 100 years, but internet marketing, SEO, has been around for maybe 15 years, 16, 17 at the most. Not enough people out there know how to do it. It's not being properly taught in schools right now. It changes, it evolves too much. And most people that get started in SEO, they really don't know how to do it. I know that because I used to be one of them. When I was 19 years old, back in 2003, we started out as a web design company, but by 2006, 2007, I would have people ask me like, how do we get on this Google thing? How do we get on this web search thing? Like, what do we do to get on there? So there was demand to figure out, what we can do to help them out. And at first I was terrible about it. I was terrible giving SEO advice, and as a company we were kind of bad at producing SEO results back then, just because we were so brand new in doing it. Fortunately for us, it was a lot easier to do it, so you didn't need as much technical skill or experience or ability. It was a lot easier because there wasn't as much competition, and you had like the whole entire first page of real estate. You had maybe like one or two ads at the top, and then that was pretty much it. You had Google Maps being a 7 listing. So it took a few years to really figure out. It took a lot of persistence and a lot of stick-to-itiveness, just like it is for a lot of business owners when you're starting a business. When you first start out, you're not going to be that good at it, but eventually you're going to start to get better. It kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man movie that just came out, where Peter Parker, it was a good movie in humility, because you're used to seeing the superhero movies be good at something immediately, but this movie, there was a lot of humility in it, to where you got to see somebody stumble and struggle, and somebody that's trying to be something really bad, but it takes them a while to kind of get the hang of it. SEO is really the same way. So it's, as a business owner, it's hard to really know who you're talking to. You could be talking to somebody who's as experienced as myself, but you also might be talking to somebody that started doing it a few months ago. They're doing it on the side, they're trying to figure out, but in reality they have no clue what they're doing, and the odds of you making money off of what they're doing is not that great. So that's the first main reason why SEO can seem like a scam. It's because there's just not enough people out there that know how to do it. They're nice people, they're not trying to scam you, they're not trying to con you. It's just they don't know how to do it. They're trying to learn on the job. And unfortunately, business owners can be guinea pigs sometimes, unfortunately. Second main reason is the landscape has changed a ton. SEO might seem like a scam because the landscape right now is way different than it used to be. Just a few years ago, you had the Google Maps listing with 7. You had a whole bunch of real estate on the first page. You didn't have big national companies popping up as much, or review websites popping up. Nowadays, you have Yelp popping up everywhere, Angie's List, Yellow Pages, Facebook reviews is starting to pop up. So you have all this competition from review websites, and then there's also big national companies that are starting to pop up. more and more in the local area as well. Even if someone is doing a local search, they're popping up more and more. So there's not as much real estate. And what happens is you have people doing SEO, again, because people out there, a lot of people don't know how to do it. They're clinging to information and tactics that were used 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and they're still trying to do it, thinking that okay, I'm gonna try and get my website ranking on the first page for like auto repair in New York. Somebody types in auto repair in New York, I want my client to pop up. I want my small business client to pop up for auto repair in New York. I'm sorry, but that's through SEO is almost going to be impossible. Somebody wants to pop up for taxi Los Angeles, it's going to be almost impossible to do it because there's not enough real estate. Internet marketing companies like CustomWave work with people nationwide, so on a nationwide level, you're going to have more than 10 or 15 internet marketers that are out there that know what they're doing, and there's just not enough real estate for everybody. So what happens is you have a conversation with a contractor that happens to do remodeling, and the business owner says, well, wouldn't it be nice for me to pop up for remodeling Dallas, Texas? That would be really nice for me to pop up. And the SEO person, the marketer, goes, that would be great. If I just follow this list of stuff in terms of what I'm supposed to do, bullet point by bullet point, you should pop up for remodeling Dallas. But the main problem is that even if the marketer does everything they're supposed to, the odds of them popping up is still pretty slim. So just because of the lack of competition, because you're going to have more than 10 companies out there that have SEO people that are out there working with them that know how to do SEO and are all doing the same exact thing, there's not enough space for everybody. So that's the second main reason why SEO might seem like a scam. It's because marketers either don't know what they're doing and they get overly ambitious with what they're trying to do, or I mean that would be the main reason, is they get too ambitious and thinking I'm just going to follow my bullet points. But I guess that kind of bleeds into the first main reason, which is not enough people out there that know how to do it. I really liken SEO to slots. If you've ever been to a casino and you play the slots machine, people go in there with the intent to make money. Like if you're doing SEO and paying somebody to do SEO, it's really no different than going into a casino and hoping that you walk out with more money in your pocket than when you left. And lots of people play the slot machine because the jackpot can be very beneficial. If you hit the jackpot, it's a wonderful thing. But SEO is really similar to slots, to where vast majority of people that play slot machines are going to lose their money. Vast majority. Same thing with SEO, and the main reason is because marketers, people that do SEO, they get too ambitious with the keywords they're targeting to get you to pop up. Third main reason why SEO might seem like a scam is because the expectations are not clearly communicated between the marketer and the small business client. I don't really care about blame. Blame doesn't make anybody money. So I'm not really big on that in terms of the expectations game. Is it the person that does the SEO's fault? Is it the business owner's fault? I would tend to say it's more the marketer's fault, because we're supposed to be the professionals in the industry. But again, blame doesn't make anybody money. So, but the important thing with the expectations to make SEO work, SEO can seem like a scam for that third reason, because the expectations are not clearly communicated. Again, kind of bleeds over from the first reason, not enough people out there that know how to do it. They make it seem like, SEO is going to make you money within a couple months, or SEO is going to make you money in a couple weeks. Some salespeople are more desperate than others, to where they're just going to tell you whatever that you need to hear in order to get your money. But unfortunately, you'll have people out there that give you unrealistic expectations in terms of how quickly SEO is going to work. Sometimes you're even going to have business owners, though, that get impatient sometimes, and they're going to be like, well, we've waited 3 months. Like, why is this not working? In my experience, on average, for SEO strategy that does work, targeting specific keywords that are out there, long tail keywords where you can actually get somebody to pop up, it can take anywhere between 6 months to a year Some cases where you have a really competitive industry, could even be a year and a half until you see an increase in phone calls and customers. I would say about 80 to 75% of our clients at Custom Wave, they pay for advertising. Advertising is what gets you on the search engines, and you're guaranteed to be there because you pay them to be there. You pay for every click that happens. So you skip over this whole process of whether you're popping up or not. Most of our clients do advertising because they don't want to wait that long for SEO to kick in and do what it's supposed to. So I feel like if more business owners were out there that understood that SEO was a long-term thing that wasn't going to make them money for like a year, and if you had marketers being honest or being competent and intelligent enough to explain that it's a long-term thing, I really think that a lot less business owners would probably do SEO. Because it's something that's going to take a while to bear fruit. So that, those are the three main reasons why, in terms of SEO, might look like a scam. I think that it can be a big misunderstanding a lot of the time. So if you're doing SEO, just be careful with who you're working with. Try and work with somebody that has experience, that knows what they're doing. And if you are doing SEO these days, the main way to do it is to go after the long tail keywords, gobble up as much of that real estate as possible. Every keyword is going to give you a different set of results. No such thing as popping up for everything. Every keyword is going to have a different set of results that pop up on the first page. So you want to rank for as many keywords as possible. You want to be ranking for hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. You want to rank and show up for as many of them as possible. So go after the long tail keywords, go after the ones that are specific. That's the wave of the future anyway, with voice search and people getting more specific with what they're searching for. So if you're going to do SEO, do that. But just know, biggest main reason is just not enough people out there that know how to do it.